did we just refuse you?
I was above.
entry?
I was above the planet.
He couldn't get in
That's
because
it.
of the biological problems.
Yeah.
Oh, that problem.
Tried to
Yeah.
smuggle plants in.
Surviving the mosquitoes, I think, is the hardest part. Did you have issues with the major Milford Sound sandfly?
I did not have any issues with me because we had a talk as soon as I landed. I said, do not screw up my hair.
Right, and they did
didn't.
not?
No.
God, that's respect, isn't
They
it?
got it.
It's a beautiful part of the world. Congratulations on having Milford Sound as
It's
part
one of the most beautiful places I've ever been,
Yeah.
if not the most. I mean, when we flew into that area, have you ever been to New Zealand?
I haven't.
You
I
would
wanna go.
love
Yeah.
it. Oh, we should go together.
After this is over, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
But Milford Sound in particular is, it's untouched, and we had those little, they were like a little lodge, where they had to fly everything in for the whole crew, and I've just never seen, when it rains there's these sheer rock faces, and they light up with waterfalls.
I can remember the pictures you took. He had like spray painted his name. Billy was here on the rocks, and it was
Of course
cool.
he
It was
did.
good.
Yeah, they say that's fine.
It actually is fine. It's a
Yeah.
national park.
And I took
It's
samples of
fine.
everything. And, I was like,
brought
I was
in-
like, what if I introduce this into the ecosystem?
How'd that work out?
I don't know. I'm gonna go back and see. But I thought it was apropos considering the movie we were doing.
That's right,
You
yeah.
know.
So thanks for ruining Milford Sound for me after last night.
Hey, we're not saying it's ruined. It just may have changed.
You think?
New
know.
creatures.
Just a little bit.
Progress.
It was terrifying. I've been one of those people that says Alien doesn't frighten me because it's in space, so he can't get me. Now you've put it in Milford Sound. He
I'm
can
sorry.
totally get me.
I'm so sorry.
Genuinely terrifying. Let's talk about the legacy of these films. I want to know the first time each of you saw that original Alien and kind of what it meant to you. Danny, was it sort of a freak out moment?
It totally is a freak out. I mean, Alien has one of those iconic moments of that alien bursting out of the chest. It's up there with Jaws or with Norman Bates and Psycho. It just taps into that primal fear of like, this can happen to someone. You can have a parasite inside of you that explodes, and I don't think you. I think those kind of fears stick with you.
And how did it feel then to walk onto the set in Sydney, or indeed in Milford or wherever it was, with Ridley Scott, knowing you're about to shoot another chapter in this iconic franchise?
I mean, I was really excited. Billy played it cool. He didn't really show that he was excited, but
I was fine. I had to talk with them too.
You're good at your talks.
Can you imagine everywhere I walk in, I go,
listen. Don't
let's
mess
just
with
be
me.
clear. Let's just be clear. I had to talk with that alien too. I said, before we shoot this,
Don't you mess with my hair. Yeah.
it's a weave.
Right.
I would to be a part of. I mean, I've been acting for a while, and I've been on some pretty cool sets before. But there's something about Ridley Scott and Alien, and the place that I occupied in my own movie-going history with my brothers and my family and my friends, seeing all these movies throughout the years. It was. I was like giddy about it. One of my best friends, Sam Rockwell. I have friends, just so you know.
I'm friends with Sam Rockwell too.
Not so
what
much.
else?
That's not what he says. But Sam is like a fanatic for Alien. And when I told him that I was going to be in this, he lost his shit. It was like the absolute. So you've got that kind of energy. People saying, "Man, this is going to be amazing." You're kind of giddy about the whole thing.
I was lucky enough to be snuck onto the set in Sydney and did a little bit of a creep around the creatures room.
Yeah, that was the place, man.
Holy crap.
I know.
And to actually see them up on the screen and the talent and the creative genius that goes into
The craftsmanship,
Yeah,
in both the design and the manufacturing of it is unlike anything. It's a full-on art installation.
Amazing. And also that Ridley can visualize something, because I know how intrinsically he's a part of that. So I just asked Michael, did he have any genuine creep-out moments on set? He said no.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, he was creeped out a lot. Yeah, he was weepy most of the time from what I saw. He kept saying, "Oh, it's allergies. It's allergies." And I'd say, "Dude,
No, you're terrified. You're crying.
yeah, robots don't cry.
Yeah.
Bro."
Because I know it's a film set and it's your job and you're actors. But I mean, I walked into a part of it, which was one of the corridor areas, and I had to just walk straight the hell out of there. It was genuinely super creepy.
Well, the thing is that every time when we would come to set to one of those, areas that was going to be pretty nasty to be in, that you were going to, like that egg chamber and stuff like that, it always started with Ridley coming and going, "All right, come in, check this out. Look at that. That's disgusting. Look at this. It's incredible, right? And disgusting. Amazing. Yeah. So you felt safe there because he was so genuinely excited about it. So I never had the full-on. I wasn't crying like Michael,
Right. Well, that's good to hear.
or staying in the ship like Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Terrified.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Getting a sense too, it's about scaring us, but there's some pretty big themes. And Prometheus, they were introduced in this one. It's a bigger, meatier story that we can get our mitts on. How important is that when it comes to taking each chapter on to a new place?
I think it's hugely important. I mean, this movie just, not only does it deliver, I think, like, the horror and the suspense that like people expect from an alien film, but just as a science fiction movie, it's like it just delves into such deep concepts about creation, about where the future goes with AI, and I think that's ultimately what makes this something that's just relatable to everyone and makes it interesting and kind of makes it really relevant for right now.
It does. I'm being, that one.
Yeah.
That means
I'm glad because I disagreed
that
with that
means
answer.
say it all.
I
do it
don't,
all
I don't want to
again.
make it contentious.
So great to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Thank
Joe.
very much. Good luck with the rest of the day.